Welcome into the DNVR Rockies Podcast. I am Patrick Lyons.
I'm Susie Hunter. Patrick, what a night for dudes named Brenton Doyle last night.
Wow.
What an incredible game what a show he put on.
It was officially the Brenton Doyle game. Breaks out in such a major way. We'll talk about all the things he did, all 5 of the tools that he displayed. Article up on the DNVR.com right now about all 5 of those tools. Bud Black talking about it. Charlie Blackmon talking about it. We'll get to those quotes. Michael Toglia, what's his impact? What's his role going to be going forward? Mike Moustakas against his old team, the Cincinnati Reds.
That's paying his salary.
That's it. Well, we'll talk a little bit about the matchup today. We've got another MLB debut, second from the Reds in as many days. More Brawl out. That's Brawl Fallout, of course. And we're going to have plenty of fun. But Susie, it's great to see a guy have a wonderful game. Even better when it's a young guy who's celebrating only the 3rd week anniversary of his call-up on April 24th in Cleveland.
Hasn't even been up for a month, and he has lit on fire. He hit that homer on his birthday, and he just hasn't stopped since.
I think he's tied now for 3rd most home runs on the team with Ryan McMahon. He's got 4. He's got the 6 stolen bases, which going back to April 24th, I think is tied for 3rd most stolen bases in the National League. He is a dark horse for National League Rookie of the Year award. Has so much more way to go.
Low key, yes.
Low key. Yeah, if we went like 5 deep on the Rookie of the Year award, he's like, oh yeah, he's definitely a 5th. But it's hard when there's only 3 guys who get votes. But doing an amazing job. Hits the 2 home runs. So he homered on Mother's Day, also his birthday. So you got back-to-back home runs. Love that. And then he hits the second one to center field. First one opposite field, an Oppo taco, which was impressive.
And also appropriate because we got tacos.
We did. Very appropriate.
Very appropriate.
I wonder, I have to check a spreadsheet or maybe ask Rockies PR how many tacos were earned on an Oppo taco, on an opposite field home run.
Huh.
Probably not very many.
I don't know if they have a spreadsheet ready for that. They'd have to really dig.
I need to start my own little company here of baseball spreadsheets.
Weird stats that no one cares about.
Weird stats. It's a little clunky. It's a little bit long of a name, but we'll shorten it. Weird will definitely be in there somewhere. Also makes 2 really good defensive plays. Makes that diving catch in the 7th inning. Gets the salute from Daniel Bard. Then in the 9th, he makes another sliding grab. And then very fitting, I asked him about it. Got a good smile from him. Yeah, I got to catch the final out. I wanted a strikeout, but also, you want the ball hit to you always. It's cool that the game ended. It revolved around him. In this very close ball game, too. It was 9-7 in the 9th. So both of those catches in the 7th and the 9th were huge. He makes the final out. The Brenton Doyle game.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy that game got so close.
Yeah.
That was such a Coors game, too, last night.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
And it was started by a Coors guy, like not a journeyman, because Connor Siebold's still very young in his career, but like a young guy, so it's not the typical guy you see out there. Just throw something against the wall. Hopefully it sticks. But despite the fact that Connor Siebold did give up 4 earned runs, give up 6 runs, only 4 were earned. Defense, little spotty there for sections before Brenton Doyle's defense kind of took over, righted the ship just a little bit. Siebold did go 4 1/3 innings pitched, 80 pitches, got 3 strikeouts, walked 3, which is not like him. And what was really interesting, because we've seen so many young guys pitch here at Coors Field and for the Rockies, and Bud Black saying, yeah, you got to clean that up. If you're a big leaguer, you got to clean that up. Didn't say that about Connor Siebold. Almost like a vote of confidence of like, that's a rarity. he's going to get a pass. Yeah, we'll talk about that. He knows he needs to work on that, but I'm cool with what he was able to go out there and do. So that's an interesting indicator. Jake Bird kind of got that vote of confidence from Bud Black last year. Siebold's now that guy where, you know what? You might not like the result of the 4 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings pitched. You might not like the 3 walks, but Bud Black, and I think the entire staff is okay with it. And Connor Siebold even said at post-game, like, yeah, the team has told me directly, like, they've got confidence in me. So he's a guy. He's a staff member of that rotation going forward for the foreseeable future. Definitely.
Well, I mean, I was going to say slim pickings anyway.
Come on. Oh, be easy now.
No. I'm sure that their confidence is well placed. But also, there are really no other options.
There's also that too.
There's also that.
Yeah, but he did say before pregame on Monday, you know, Peter Lambert maybe gets that 5th spot in the rotation before Noah Davis comes back. They also could just kind of skip that spot in the rotation, right? They're off on Thursday. So they could just go back. So the starters will just get their typical 4 days of rest. So that's okay. You can still operate with the 4-man rotation. Hunter Green only got 4 innings pitched through 96 pitches. His final pitch, 100.6 miles an hour. Finally got it up over the hundo mark.
Sheesh.
Yeah. That
what
was
a way to end the night.
Yeah, I was counting on a lot more gas. Like he warmed up really slowly, and it seemed like every pitch just got a little bit faster. Started getting in the 99s. Finally got over 100 there. So he didn't totally light up the radar gun, I think, as we had expected. We did get to finally see Michael Toglia, who got called up. And got to see his UCLA Bruins teammate, Matt McLain, make his debut, get his first hit.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, they were both on the 2019 UCLA Bruins. So Tolia's final year, McLain's first year. So that was kind of neat that both of those guys coming back, making their 2023 debuts together.
That is adorable.
It's a beautiful story.
That is beautiful.
I think so. Is he going to be playing that much? Do we hope so? Is that a worry? With Moustakas getting the start right away?
It would be weird to call him up and not play him at first base. What are we doing?
But the track record suggests...
I mean, yes, of course, the track record with what we see from the Rockies is that you call up these young guys and then just let them hang out on the bench.
Look,
but I hope, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt you, but I hope seeing Doyle and everything he has done these past few weeks, just put Michael Toglia at first base. For the love of God.
Put him.
Put him there.
Just put him there. Can you put him?
Can you put him?
Can you just put a guy?
Just put a... Can a guy get on first base?
Can a guy get a put?
Can a guy get a put?
Give him a put. Put him there. First base. Put him. All right. He did get put late in the game, defensive replacement, so that was nice to see. Look, Susie, to be fair, Toglia, his debut there at Coors Field, debut with the Rockies. So it's been a while. It's been a few months since he's been at Coors Field. He needs to know where his parking spot is. These young guys, I don't know if you've heard, but again, this is what the organization is saying. They need to learn how to ride the buses, fly on the planes. They need to know where the cafeteria is, all those things. Where do you get your Q-tips? Where do you park? And so these are the things that the young guys are learning from the veterans on the roster.
Okay.
So Toglia is learning. It was good to see him there. Moustakas gets to start at first. Immediately, Jonathan India gets a base hit. Time for a hug. The over-under, I didn't notice too many hugs over there from Mike Moustakas, but nevertheless, he got a couple from his old teammates, and he kind of gave the Reds and the entire city of Cincinnati a big hug in his first at-bat, didn't he?
A little bit.
A swinging hug.
A swinging hug.
Big home run. I think that it ended up being second deck. Like, he got all of that one.
I didn't know he had it in him because that's massive.
Yeah.
That went forever.
You don't get the nickname Moose just because it happens to be the first syllable of your name. I mean, you do, but you also keep it via second deck shots,
yes,
which are always fantastic. And apparently, Reds Twitter is a thing.
It is a thing, yeah.
We put something out there, say, hey, is Reds Twitter a thing? And B, what would really be irksome to them? What would bother them? And comments lit up.
I was going to say, what could bother them more than their own ownership?
Yeah, there was a lot of ownership talk.
Yeah.
There was,
I follow a lot of people on Reds Twitter because their life is so chaotic.
You love Ohio is what?
I do. I also love Ohio.
Ohio is probably in your top 5 states in the U.S. or 10? Definitely 10.
Definitely in the top 5. Let's
but
not be
5?
crazy. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm such an Ohio girly.
That's it. Well, you got to make sure you sign up and become a diehard because that's locked content. what are the other top 5 states in Susie's top 5 states? We're giving you one for free here on the DVR Sports channel here on YouTube and on the podcast. But yeah, don't talk about the Skyline chili. That was the thing that people were a little bit up in arms.
I like Skyline chili.
I've never.
It's
had
also
it.
not
Never been.
supposed to be chili. Like they named it as a goof, as a joke.
And that's their joke. They can maybe talk trash about their own stuff.
Oh yeah.
But others can't.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about a certain organization being a certain thing.
You're not allowed to say that. Only we're allowed to say that.
Kind of. So in the clubhouse yesterday, MLB Network was on, and they were talking about.
Oh, this isn't an ad read?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is why you have to listen every minute, because even when we do ad reads, it's still fun and entertaining. You never fast forward. Don't dare hit that 15 button. 15 with the swirly.
Don't you dare. You will miss so much. Because yesterday was my day off. I want to know what was going on in the clubhouse yesterday. The aftermath of the Brawl.
The prompt on MLB Network. I don't know what that show is where they sit around in front of a green
base?
screen.
MLB
but it looks
off
like
base?
looks like a living room.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay. So off base. And it was Jake Bird chirping was so blank and, illegal. Eagle, bird, and just like silly puns and stuff, and everyone was kind of pointing and watching. They were watching some smirks, just like, hey, they're talking about the thing. They weren't laughing at Jake or anything like that. Obviously, that's their boy. But someone did kind of come up and say, are they going to bring up Bryce Harper, saying what he said about our organization? They were not happy about that. Someone was not happy about that.
Good. They shouldn't be happy about that.
There was also another certain someone on the 60-day IL. So there's 25 different players that you could probably choose between to know who I'm talking about. I had to ask. I was like, you're sitting on the bench, you're watching these games, you're being a good teammate. Does it get you more fired up during a big rally, during a monster home run, back-to-back homers, which we haven't actually seen that literal thing happen yet, I think, this season, or a grand slam we haven't seen. Does that get you more fired up? Or does the Brawl... And they said it was the Brawl. I was like, I wanted to go out there so bad. But if I left the dugout, that's a $10,000 fine. For an injured player to leave the dugout, that's a $10,000 fine. That's a no-no. So that's why you didn't see certain players on the IL that were still around the ballpark coming out.
That is a hefty fine for getting... You'd have to really want to be in that fight to spend $10,000 to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, you can't. And most of the guys that are on the 60-day IL... These are guys that are like barely even gone through arbitration. So they don't have that kind of scratch lying around. No, we did see Herman Marquez walking around. We all kind of like did a little, oh.
I know. Herman.
Yeah. Had his arm in the sling. And did you know, I know I didn't, the whole procedure of how they do it. There's a lot I do know about Tommy John surgery, but there was a lot that I didn't know. I thought they get a ligament from cadaver.
I think it depends on how good the ligaments are in your body.
Okay.
I think they would rather take them from your body.
Okay.
But yeah, we saw he had the bandage on his knee.
Yeah.
Where they took some ligament for his elbow. He's just a big old puzzle.
And that hurt him more than his elbow did.
Yeah,
apparently.
he was saying that the knee where they took the ligament hurts more than his elbow. Poor Herman.
Yeah. Poor
Being
guy.
so brave.
He was limping. CJ Cron limping around. Bud Black did say probably they're hoping it'll be the minimum 10 days that Cron will be on the IL. But dude's still limping around. So that's going to be
I'm surprised
quick recovery.
He's still limping around.
Yeah. And again, it's a lower back. It's a back spasm thing, but yet there's a limp going on to it. So they're expecting him to kind of be the minimum. I'm reading between the lines, getting the sense that maybe Toglia might also be up here for the minimum once Cron gets back, which also makes sense. You do want him to get playing time down in AAA. So that makes a lot of sense. Were you hoping maybe for Nolan Jones, Montero, Toglia, or was it just a toss up of like, look, all three of those guys probably deserve it?
Yeah. I mean, all three of those guys are definitely doing well. It is nice to see Toglia up here again because we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, no, it was great. He's all smiles, loves being back with the boys for sure. Big 4-run second inning. That was the Moose home run. Thanks for the $18 million check, Cincinnati Reds fans. I'm enjoying making like veteran league minimum over here in Colorado. The Grichuk had a double, Castro single, Doyle double before his home runs, Chuck triple, second time this season. They hit for the cycle in one inning.
Oh, Oh my gosh.
Which is pretty cool.
I do love that. I mean, I wish we had more homers for sure, but like I love that Rockies are actually succeeding at small ball.
Yes.
You know?
You, on the road, you have to be able to do that, and they've been. And so sometimes you got to do that at home a little bit to get the offense going. Tovar struck out 4 times last night. First golden sombrero of his career. Looked it up. This was not a good look up of like, is he the youngest player to ever strike out 4 times? No. Roberto Mejia, that first season, 21 years old and like 117 days or 170 days, something like that. So Tovar does not have the record. And he would have to strike out 6 times to have a record because Mejia in that game struck out 5 times. So Tovar is very safe from having to worry about that.
But still, I'm sure that was really frustrating, especially because he's been so incredible lately. So to have a night like that coming off of the past couple of weeks he's had, hate it for him, but I think it's a one-off.
Defense was rough, as we talked about during the 9-8 loss. There was some bright spots. A downside, Bryant's error that ended up leading to 2 unearned runs. There was a ball dropped kind of in the triangle between shortstop, third base, and left field. But Bryant also had to outfield assist at third base. Love to see that. And Austin Wins, another caught stealing because that's what Rockies catchers do. It's amazing.
Yes, I love that the Rockies catchers just are so good at that.
Brandon Williamson makes his major league debut today. Thrown to the Wolves. Coors Field is your major league debut. Wow. Wow.
Tough scene.
And Chase Anderson making his Rockies debut. I'm sure we've seen more, but maybe it's a top 10 kind of thing of first start for one guy with a team and then first major league start. How many differences in career game starts? Because Chase Anderson, this will be his 184th career start.
Wow.
First with the Rockies. Brandon Williamson, first with the Reds, but first in his career. So that's a big kind of gap between a young guy and a 35-year-old veteran like Chase Anderson.
Big difference. Yeah, we keep seeing these moments where it's like, the extremes on one end, the extremes on the other end in terms of these, what's the word I'm looking for?
Juxtaposition.
A juxtaposition.
I love that word.
There it is.
I do like that word. And then while I'm thinking of it, new guy, Chase from Rockies PR, did some extensive research. I think it was Brad Deven on Twitter reached out and said, hey, wait a minute. Michael Toglia, when he gets in the game, if Jurickson Profar's still in the game, that's 2 switch hitters. When was the last time the Colorado Rockies, or any team really, because it's kind of a rarity, but the Rockies, when was the last time they had 2 switch hitters in a lineup? 2016, Christian Adames and Rafael Anoa. 2016.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
those are some names.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Those are some names already.
It's a rarity. I think the Rockies are in like somewhere in the mid 30s of like all-time switch hitters. A lot of them are like relief pitchers, which is weird. Yeah. I think Yency Almonte is considered a switch hitter. Look at his player page. I think
Yency.
Brian Shaw, switch hitter. Yency Almonte could hit. He actually was a very good hitter. I once saw a bunting drill and he was like, he looked like a hitter, like the way he could bunt. All the rest of the pitchers in this bunting drill was like, yeah, you're a pitcher. Like you're a PO, pitcher only. That's it. You're not an athlete. You know what I mean?
I always wonder, the total side note though, I've been thinking about this so much. I'm like, do you think pitchers miss hitting? Do you think National League pitchers miss having to hit?
Yeah, we're getting
I feel like no, probably not.
I wonder when we get to a point, and someone will be keeping an eye out for it. There will be more pitchers that have never hit than pitchers who have hit.
Did we talk about this on the show already?
Something like that.
I think I might have mentioned this the other day.
not from that angle, not from this angle where we're keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
But it's still something worth talking about. Like, again, there's going to be a generation of fans that go, wait, they allowed those guys who just throw pitches and have surgeries and they miss a year and a half. Like they let those guys stand up there with a bat. It's not a great recipe for entertaining baseball.
No.
We've kind of got it figured out. And we've got the recipe right here at the DNVR bar at the corner of Colfax and York.
Now it's an ad read.
Deliciousness. The menu is amazing.
Yes.
The vibes are amazing here at Baby Ball. Now doors opening at 3 o'clock. Get here early for pregame. Kale, I mean, wow. Are you like, you probably didn't need to have any coffee today because you're just amped up from the moment that you woke up knowing what the vibes are going to be like here. Even with the game going on downtown in Denver, we've got Baby Ball right here, the next best thing.
Yeah, it's going to be freaking crazy tonight in the best way.
Yeah.
And and I may have accidentally incited some Lakers fans. So come show out if you're a Nuggets fan, please.
Yeah, Kale tweeted earlier today, do not come to the bar if you're a Lakers fan. You can go to literally any other bar. Just don't come to this one. And it is getting attention. But also, like, I stand by that. Like, this is, like, there's so many other bars you can go to if you're a Lakers fan.
Literally a million Lakers bars in town. We're a Nuggets bar. Like, it's just that simple.
Well, that's the thing, is that you have to make it clear, because words mean things. And so you could say, oh, DNVR, obviously Denver Sports, we're a Nuggets bar. You also have to make it clear, not a Lakers bar. Like, we're not a Nuggets and kind of Lakers if you needed to. No. We are a Nuggets bar and not a Lakers bar.
Listen, if you are a Nuggets fan and, like, let's say you have a good friend who's a Lakers fan and you just want to watch the game with them, you want to bring them along. Like, this is not your place. This is not your place.
You're allowed to bring one Lakers fan.
You're not allowed to bring any.
Not now. You're right.
No, you can't. If you're watching if you're able to civilly watch a the Nuggets Lakers with a Lakers fan, this is not your place.
No, not
Go somewhere
not your
else.
Place. You know what? Mike Moustakas, not welcome tonight at the bar with his Kobe Bryant jersey.
I don't even want to talk about
and his Lakers shorts.
I don't want to talk
Mike,
about
Moose,
it.
sorry, dude. Look, any other day, you are welcome here in studio. We'll have to have him in. He's a good time. Again, diehards, you're getting 15% off food and drink here at the bar, 20% off all the gear at DNVRlocker.com. And you're getting a free shirt each and every year. That new one, It's Always Sunny on 20th in Blake, is absolutely
a good shirt.
Absolutely amazing. It's a great shirt. You know, it's a great company to consult if you need some help when you go to court. Backus & Schenker.
Backus & Schenker.
They have been doing it for 25 years or more. They get the job done. They are better than 12-7 since April 24th. They've won their clients over $1 billion. That's because the folks over at Backus & Schenker.
Backus & Schenker.
They've got over 100 folks on staff, 30 lawyers that are working with them. Absolutely amazing. And the best part about the folks over at Backus & Schenker is that there's no upfront fee to speak to them about your case. There's no fee to work on your case, no fees until they win some money for you. And they're going to help you out with cases and accidents that weren't your fault, whether it's a car accident, motorcycle accident, bike accident, ride shares. These are things now they can help you out even if you've been injured at work. So give them a call. All ALLCITY Amoristas, 222-2222. Or Daz's.
We gotta find out. Hold on, I'm gonna. Daza should be down in Albuquerque now.
Number 4, Jonathan Daza.
Is that the number?
I looked it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
you did. Okay.
I did. I put it in the back of the memory. So again, we don't want to confuse people. All ALLCITY Amoristas. 222-2222 to find out if you have a case for free, because you know who wins?
Backus & Schenker.
Volo Sport has the best bowling leagues around. We didn't get a dub last night for Team DNVR. That's okay, but you can have some free drop-ins that they've got going on. They had the big launch party for Cinco de Mayo. They got some leagues that take place right here at the bar. It's amazing, all the different sports and different gatherings that they have, new ones each and every month. It's absolutely amazing, and the best part is when the adults pay to play, the kids get to play for free, thanks to the Volo Kids Foundation, a separate 501c3 that provides free sports camps for kids. So you're doing something good. You're helping yourself out. You're helping out some kids. You can do kickball, soccer, volleyball, bocce ball, cornhole. Absolutely amazing. Wonderful time. Rhino, Uptown, City Park, Highlands, Sloan's Lake, all over Denver. Check it out. The folks over at Volo Sport. I love it.
I gotta say, when the Volo people come in after their games,
all
different nights of the week, it is like so much fun in this bar.
Yeah. Very much fun. Also fun, gotta know.
Okay.
Susie, these new Cincinnati Reds City Connect uniforms.
Cincinnati joined the City Connect fam.
We have similar takes, which is they are good.
I like them a lot.
I like them.
I like them a lot.
I think like a lot of them, Joey Votto mugging it up there for the camera. You got the Cincy going across the front in all caps. The Y is kind of a lowercase y. It goes good with that font. Hunter Green looking amazing there. You can even see the letter C that they're used stylized especially for the cap. Jonathan India. I love the shading on the numbering on the back. looks really sharp.
I do too. Yeah, I know. What a great podcast. We agree on this thing that we're doing a whole segment on.
Apparently, the names and the numbers are illuminated with flashes of infrared color, is what they're calling it. So that's cool.
Ooh.
Tyler Stevenson. They also have the little piece of rope kind of going on the top of the cap, like we saw last year in the Field of Dreams game, like that old school style.
I like that for them because
Nice
they
touch.
do have such a, like, Cincinnati in general is just such an old school style club.
Yeah.
That I
Yeah.
love that little hint of it.
First professional baseball franchise, Cincinnati Red Stockings. And there you can see the Junta Javant, which is actually the official motto of Cincinnati, strength in unity. So I thought they did a great job. Nothing over the top of, symbolism for things. Just nice. First I saw it, I go, okay. And then the more I look at it, I like them a lot. But enough about looking. Let's try reading and pronouncing. Because the Cincinnati Reds have their own interesting, unique take on the pronunciation guide. Because we get them, here's how to pronounce names. Sometimes it takes years. We are still about a year and a half away from people pronouncing Eleoris Montero's name right. That's actually the proper pronunciation. But it's Eleoris Montero. The Reds go above and beyond. They say, why don't you just say your name for us? So we're going to go through 9 guys.
9?
Well, because, not baseball. And in honor of batting around coming up here in a second. We're going to look at 9. Let's start with, I didn't think of this out exactly. You need to see the name. The first baseman for the Cincinnati Reds is... Oh, that's right. You've got the outline, so you can look at that.
Outline.
We're starting off from easy to increasingly more difficult. I think you're going to actually do a lot better than this.
Are we starting
Don't
with...
overthink.
Are we
Number
starting
1.
with young Joseph Votto?
That's right. Pronunciation being?
Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
Joey Votto. Joey Votto.
Now,
These are so weird.
if you listen to it on the podcast, you're like, oh, you're just hearing the guy pronounce his name. But it's really funny seeing the guys in front of the green screen. Joey Votto's kind of making love to the camera with his eyes, though. I don't need to see that again. But did you get that sense? Kale got the sense? I did. You've been
I
outruled.
wish we did something more with the green screen. The fact that these were on a green screen, we could have done so much.
We got 24 more hours until the series is over, and they haven't gone to Cincinnati just yet. All right, how about number 2 on our list? Catcher.
Kurt Casale?
I think it might be Kurt Casale.
Is it Casale?
So, I don't know. Let's find out.
No.
Kurt Casale. Kurt Casale.
All right, so it's Sally. So Sal.
Okay.
So this is Sally. Okay. Number 3. This one could go one of 2 ways. I've heard it different ways.
It's Senzel.
It's Nick Senzel. Yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
I originally went with Senzel, but I think it is Nick Senzel. We agree.
Nick Senzel. Nick Senzel.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. It's weird, right?
These
This
are
is
weird, Patrick.
I love
Why
it.
are you doing that?
I watched all of these yesterday morning before the game.
Patrick, you're weird.
This is entertaining. I like this. All right, number 4. I don't know if you know this. This guy is kind of new.
It's Lodolo.
Nick Lodolo. I think we got that right.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Nick Lodolo. Nick Lodolo.
He's such a child too.
He's a beanpole, just with his hands holding his little piece of paper all
my
tight.
gosh.
Yes. All right. So we're doing
This
really
is
well.
making me like uncomfortable. Like I'm getting like secondhand embarrassment.
For them?
For them,
All right.
yeah.
We'll see if they watch. We picked up a lot of Phillies fans. We'll see if we get some Cincinnati Reds fans here. All right. Number 5 on this list. This one?
Is it Maley?
Luke Maley. Yes, I believe that's what I'm going to go with as well. Luke Maley.
Luke Maley.
Yeah.
Maley.
I wasn't sure if it was Molly, but Maley. Okay. All right. We got it.
Okay.
Here we got the new, he just switched his number to 69, number 6 on our list.
Nice.
Why did I even bring it up? My foot in my
When did he
mouth.
switch his number?
Yesterday.
No way.
So much has happened.
Are you serious?
The one day you take a day off. So much happened.
Shit always goes down when I take a day off. The
Actually-
Dinger incident.
Yeah.
That happened when I took a day off. Would have never happened if I was at the park.
I'm trying to
And
think.
now this?
Was the score 9-6 at one point yesterday? No, it was 9-7. I don't know. But
I don't
anyway,
know.
number 6 on our list.
Silvino Bracco?
I originally thought that. I'm pretty sure it's Braccio. Silvino Braccio. Let's find out.
Silvino Bracho.
Oh, okay.
Silvino Bracho.
I would love to know why he chose number 69.
Yeah, because in the picture there, that's why you got to watch DNVR Sports channels for your Silvino Bracho content. It says 82 in spring training.
Yeah,
Interesting.
This is exciting.
Are you going into the visitors clubhouse to ask some follow-up questions today? By the way, yesterday Kevin and I decided we need to send you to Philadelphia since the Rockies don't play the Phillies. You're gonna have to cover like a Phillies Giants series, catch up with Gabriel. Also ask Bryce. Now you said everyone was a loser in the organization. Chris Bryant's there. Is Chris Bryant a loser in your opinion? Comments. So you
yeah,
got
because they're buddies. I saw you guys were talking about this yesterday.
You got a free trip coming up. You know what I mean? On the company's dime, I think. This is the
Better.
big story. All right, number 9.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Busenitz, Alan Busenitz.
I thought it was, I know what it is now, but I thought it was something different. I don't know what I thought, but I don't have this one, so I'm gonna give myself an X on that. Let's see what Alan's real last name pronunciation is.
Alan Busenitz. Alan Busenitz.
Busenitz. Busenitz. Like, you know how you pick nits? You're being very particular and you're picking out something small, little nits.
I feel like we just skipped over so many syllables in that name. But that's
Kind
his
of.
name, so it's not my business.
Like you might pick nits and you're like, oh, you know, I preferred this Breck brew over that one. And really, it's like any of them are really good. No, not an ad read. All right, number 8.
Thank you for clarifying.
I know this one, so I have to.
Yeah, this is
out.
some of these names. I'm like,
We're
well,
getting
who are
hard.
these
We got
guys?
2 left. These are hard. Double points.
Ian Gabote.
I would have said Gabo, but it's actually.
Ian Gibault. Ian Gibault.
Gibote?
I don't think there's a T, but the way he said his
Jabot?
name, it was Ian Jabo. Ian Jabo. Okay, we need that one more time, Kale.
Hold on.
Ian Gibault. Ian Gibault.
Yeah, there's
Jabot?
no T. It's like French.
Okay.
Ian Jabo. Ian Jabo. So he kind of made it Italian, even though it's French.
These are very some of these names are getting really mumbly.
This one is the hardest one. I think you got the first one is in your wheelhouse. The first name you got in your wheelhouse. Give a little flair on the last.
Is it River San Martin?
Let's play it.
River San Martin. River San Martin.
You got it. You got that.
That's a good name. I like that name.
We knew the Reaver from last year, but I think the white name, the white way is just San Martin, right? You're like, come on, put some inflection on the name, San Martin.
No,
so you nailed that
I'm
one.
picking up what he's putting down.
You did. You got the last one. That was worth the most points. That is why you are a winner. In fact, all y'all can be the winner out there when you go to Game Time Tickets because you use code DNVR. You save $20 off your first purchase. I've got some family coming to town. The worst possible time, Yankees series, but they're from Jersey, so they're used to paying those prices.
Yeah.
But now they're going to use code DNVR, so they're going to save $20 off probably one of the more expensive series right now that's going. But the other thing is too, if you don't want to go ahead and lay out those kind of funds because you want to go to a couple cheaper games maybe before then. Probably tonight's going to be a cheap one on a Tuesday night. We only had 20,000 for the Reds last night.
I don't think anyone's coming to the Rockies game tonight because the Nuggets are in town and they're playing at the same time as the Rockies.
Okay.
No one's going to the Rockies game tonight.
Here's the thing.
So if for some reason you don't like baseball, this is the time to scoop up all those tickets everyone wants to get rid of.
So I think we're going to go over 20,000 in attendance tonight because Kale knows this. The 10,000 child choir in Denver, right? I believe you're familiar with it. Kale actually sung on it from ages 6 to 9.
If you're talking about the Colorado Children's Chorale, which isn't 10,000, but it's a couple hundred, I was a part of the Colorado Children's Chorale.
It's now 10,000, and all 10,000 of those kids will be in left field. They have all been forced to buy a ticket. We are getting over 20,000 tonight at Coors Field, Cal.
It's not happening. We're going to have like 15,000 people tops at this game.
Should we count tonight? Is this a count game? We might just have to split up sections.
Okay.
Or do you go, I'll take lower level, you got...
Yeah. You take lower bowl, I'll take upper levels.
We're going to have to count. We're going to have to figure this out. Do we need to do tickets? We need to give out like raffle tickets so we know to like mark people. So that we know, oh, you've already been counted.
No, you just draw a check mark on their head and keep going.
Got it. Or a piece of chalk. In fact, that's where the term mark comes from in wrestling because it was a carnival thing. Someone would come in, they would buy their ticket, they would open their wallet up.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I feel like you would enjoy carny culture, right? Coming from Philly.
Absolutely not.
No? You don't support carny culture?
No.
Really?
What part of my vibe, it would have given you that indication.
I figured you would have ran a dunk tank or two in your lifetime, maybe.
No.
Never?
No.
You never got it on like a rickety Ferris wheel somewhere and
Not the rickety
King of
ones.
Prussia Mall or something like
King of
that?
Prussia Mall's never had a Ferris wheel.
Yet.
That's not the vibe there either.
All right. But yeah,
What?
use code DNVR, $20 off that first purchase. And again, if
But
you
was
don't-
this an ad read for?
I don't know, I'm out. No, it was game time tickets. No,
Game time, yes.
and watch on like 3 hours of sleep. What I was getting back to was go to a bunch of cheap games, wait for the Yankees series or Angels or the Detroit Tigers series. That's big because it's fireworks. But here's the thing. Wait until the start of the game or start of any event. The closer you wait, the prices start going down. In fact, Kale, you're probably going to be here, but I'm sure you know a lot of people who are going to be hanging around Ball Arena tonight, kind of going, it's going to be a 50-50 crapshoot. But if you wait close and you're hanging around by Ball, you could actually snipe some tickets a lot lower than what they are currently at this moment.
It might be the only affordable way to go to the games this series, just because of how crazy the ticket prices are for Nuggets Lakers. So
Yeah.
I would definitely game time's going to be your best friend this series if you're a Nuggets fan wanting to go.
It's true.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, game time tickets, it makes it very affordable. And FOCO makes it affordable to be a fan. Set up your man cave, set up your little podcast studio, anything that you got going on, because FOCO has got stuff from all of the sports, all of the teams, all of the colleges and universities. It's amazing. We've got a wonderful bobblehead here on set. The entire background has helped given us that vibe. It's the brick wall. Yes, it's the neon lights. It's the pennants. But it's also the bobbleheads, the miniature helmets, the caps that you see all around at the bar here. It's foco.com. That's where you got to go. And use code DNVR for 10% off all non-presale items at foco.com. Mark saying in the chat, you seem like you would buy into the cotton candy vibe of a carnival.
I mean, cotton candy's fine.
Yeah. Would you go if you hadn't had cotton candy in a while and you're like, oh man, you hear about the whole big MLB cotton candy shortage? The only place you can get it these days, look, supply chain, the only place you can get it, Carnival. Are you swinging by a Carnival after 2 years without cotton candy to get yourself some cotton candy?
I don't think I've even eaten cotton candy in more than a decade.
Folks, we got a lot of homework today.
Because it's just sugar. It doesn't taste like anything exciting. And I don't love food coloring. So cotton candy's not my go-to.
It's naturally pink, Susie. I don't know, just from the cotton candy fruit.
Not to be like a party pooper, but I'm not big on food coloring.
No?
No.
All right. Have you ever seen those videos of raccoons trying to eat cotton candy?
No, but that sounds up my alley.
So, spoiler, they like to clean their food. So they take the cotton candy, they wash it in the water, and they're like, whoa, what the? Because I just took and why is there no?
Oh, that actually makes me so sad. That breaks my heart.
Well, you
The
maybe
poor raccoons.
cheer yourself up.
Okay.
Cheer me up. Cheer the audience at home right now.
Excuse me.
Let's
Oh my
play a lung clearing game of batting around with graphics.
Yes, with graphics. I love this. Kale, you crushed this.
It's great.
This is beautiful.
Hey, thanks.
All right, so we're going to give you 9 headlines, and Patrick, you are going to be our official scorer as we ban around.
You might have to put a pitch clock on me.
I
know what I
might
mean?
actually.
That could be a new
Well,
bit.
also, we got to be at the ballpark kind of soon, so
This show should have been over 2 minutes
this
ago.
show actually should have ended.
We're having too much fun. We're enjoying the chat.
All right, here we go. The Miami Marlins called up 20-year-old top prospect Yuri Perez, straight from Double-A, and Sandy Alcantara, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, picked him up from the airport.
Did he really?
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
That's a base hit.
It's a base hit.
Not,
Okay.
not crazy. It's a base hit. Those guys are buddies. He kind of was, Alcantara was a part of the announcement for Yuri Perez that, hey, you're not going up to Jacksonville. You're going all the way up to the big leagues. So that's cool. Next week, I think Perez is lined up to make a start at Coors Field.
That'll be
I've
fun.
done the research. He will be the youngest starter in... Wait, no, I think Julio Urias did it at 19. Now I'm second guessing myself.
Okay.
Definite top 5. You
know
got to
what?
be there for that game next week.
That'll be a good one
Yeah.
for sure. All right, base hit. Next up, Lars Nootbaar is apparently very famous in Japan now after his appearance with Team Japan in the WBC.
That's a double off the Bridich barrier, run scores from first base.
What?
Yeah, no, I love
An
that.
RBI double?
I was talking with some folks yesterday. Lars Nootbaar, if you made a list of like your top 50 favorite players or guys like you root for, he's going to be on a lot of people's lists. Like he's not going to be missing because of the World Baseball Classic, being on Team Samurai on Sunday night. His mom pops into the Zoom. Did you see that?
I saw that. That
He's
was
like,
actually so sweet.
my
so
mom's
wholesome.
my best friend. He gets choked up, and you go, this guy is awesome, and he's the only guy that can give Nolan Arenado shit. Like they're buddies.
I love
Lars
that.
Nootbaar, top 50 baseball guy to root for. Double off the wall.
Okay.
Double off the wall for
love
Mr.
that.
Nootbaar.
I love that. All right, so right now we've got 1 run scored so far.
So this
No
is good.
outs.
4.
1 guy on base.
Four runs, I think, is the most we've scored here. So you're picking out some good stories so far that I like.
Okay. Did you hear that Mookie Betts, when the Dodgers were playing in Milwaukee, had to rent an Airbnb because he did not want to stay at the team hotel, which is reportedly pretty haunted?
That's a strikeout right there. I think it's a funny story. Apparently, I think it's called the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee.
Hilarious.
And that is actually the exterior that's used for Laverne and Shirley.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. I
Yes.
loved Laverne and Shirley.
Same. I was looking up some stuff and I'm like, oh, I wonder if the Airbnb he's staying in is Laverne and Shirley's old place. Went down the rabbit hole and learned like, actually, no, he could be staying in Laverne and Shirley's place at the Pfister Hotel. Instead, he's going someplace else. So, Mookie, sorry, man, you struck out on that one.
Wow.
It's a fun story, though.
Okay, how about this? So when the Royals were in town in Milwaukee next, Vinny Pasquantino did stay, but he had his mom stay in the room with him because she is very into paranormal activity, but she also keeps the ghosts away for him, he said.
Ooh,
So it was like Mother's
that.
Day, but it was like a niche thing that they could both appreciate.
RBI single. That run scores from second. That's a single. I like that. That's very wholesome. Vinny Pasquantino, another one of those guys where you go, every time you see him, he's doing something funny, very likable, very down to earth. What's more down to earth than being a professional baseball player, going to a different city and being like, you know who I want as my roommate tonight? My mom.
My mom.
That's wholesome.
That's very wholesome. All right. 1 out, 2 runs have scored so far. We got 1 man on base.
Here we go.
All right. Did you hear former high school teammates faced each other at Progressive Field in Cleveland? Tanner Bybee and Patrick Sandoval.
Oh.
The duel, and then there was a pitcher's duel going into the 8th. It was pretty exciting stuff.
Did they go to the same high school at the same time, or they were just from the same high school? 'Cause
They
I'm
were
just-
teammates.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say Sandoval might be 27, 28-ish, but even still, Bybee is like 24. So yeah, maybe freshman, senior. Ooh, I do like that one. It's going to be it's going to be a 5-3 ground out, but the runner does advance to second base. He was stealing on the pitch. I like that. I didn't like it enough for it to be a base hit, but runner did move up. So that story did the job and advanced the runner, playing small ball on that.
Okay. All right. I'm into it.
Try to keep scoring. Like, why are you making this so difficult? Wasn't a base hit.
No, it's fine. We got 2 outs now, and
Advance the runner.
we still have a lot of lineup left.
Oh, okay.
So-
Here we go. You avoided the double play, which is the big thing.
Yes. Oh gosh, because then the game would be over. Zach Greinke became the 5th pitcher to strike out 1,000 different batters. It's
And-
also, I did not realize, his 20th major league season.
Yeah.
He has just been around
He
forever.
pitched at age 19. I think he was up. He was up real early and didn't really give a care. That also, I doubt he's keeping track. Although, when you think about it, if anyone were to have a list on their wall of names and we're going to cross it out using red lipstick, it would be someone like Zach Greinke. I'm, of course... what am I referencing? Billy Madison, right?
Oh, okay.
Steve Buscemi. The list, and then he puts the lipstick on.
All right. Hey,
but
pitch clock is running.
That's a violation. So technically that should be an out. That's a base hit, but the run does not score. First and
Okay.
third. Infield was playing in tight.
All right. Good to know. Okay. How about this next piece of news? So this happened on Friday. Cedric Mullins hit for the cycle, which was very exciting.
Yeah.
But when he hit that triple, that was the first time we got to see the bird bath celebration where an entire section of Camden Yards gets sprayed with water.
It's only fitting that that's a triple. 2-run score on that. I like that a lot. I saw that. Did that happen last night or was that over the weekend? I saw the hose last
Cedric
night.
Mullins hit a home run last night, but this happened on Friday.
Okay, so the cycle, I vaguely heard that one, but I didn't see the hose until last night. And I thought, there you go, taking something from the dugout, bringing it to the fans, making that connection. Perfect.
That is what you should be doing.
That is exactly what you should be doing. If only there was a podcast that had that kind of fun that you could take and deliver it to the people.
Patrick, this is going to sound so crazy, but you're in that podcast. You're in it. You're
Let's
living
go.
it. You're living it. All
We're
right.
living it.
We got to get to the next man up. Cal Raleigh, a.k.a. Big Dumper, became the first catcher to homer from both sides of the plate at Fenway Park in their entire 112-year history.
Base hit. Obviously, the run from third base scores very easily. I was shocked about this. Kenneth Weber was next to me in the press box last night. He mentioned it, and I go, Jorge Posada never did it. Jason Varitek never did it.
Yeah, never did it.
That was very surprising.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to. I wonder how many guys have done it at Coors Field, catchers or otherwise. Switch hit home run. I don't have an easy way of looking that up, but we'll see. Maybe Toglia, maybe Profar. Profar's got a 2-home run game. He was the last one to do it before Doyle yesterday.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see one of those. Rare occurrences. I
Rare
like that.
occurrences. All right. It's we've got 5 runs scored in this inning. Pretty
Whoa,
good. Pretty
wow.
good. 2 outs though.
Okay,
Last guy up.
here we go.
Aaron Boone. We got a video that goes along with this one. Aaron Boone had got ejected, but he threw his gum in anger, and StatCast actually picked it up.
Fires the gum. Let's see the gum form. What do you think about the delivery? Sidearm. Yeah.
I did not see the video at the StatCast. That's amazing. I love that. I did think of that's a base hit, but no run score on that play there. It just, I guess,
But hey,
time ran out. I
guess
don't know
what?
how the inning ends exactly.
Inning is still alive. Next guy's coming up. We're batting around.
I actually thought of with the gum throwing. I'm like, you should do. There's a good guy. There's a guy on TikTok that does like reaction videos of like something weird, and then it's him doing like reaction, like he's hanging out with the crew. That would be like a good reaction video of you on the field, and you throw, and you see Aaron Boone throwing the gum, and you know, take a piece of gum, you maybe crunch it up in your hand, and I throw it at you, and it hits you in the forehead, and you like flip the clips together. Would that be entertaining?
Do not throw gum at me. It'll get stuck in my hair, and
It would
my
be
hair
Aaron
is
Boone.
everything.
It would be Aaron Boone.
Neither of you can throw gum at me.
That's why I'm crunching up with hands, so it's got no
His hair's
moisture
too
to it.
expensive, you know?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it is.
You know whose hair? I wonder how expensive if he did anything with it. Dinelson Lamet, haircut.
Yeah, his hair's short now.
Also, had to ask him because this isn't article worthy. I go, when was the last time you got a haircut? He's like, I think he said 7 or 8 years. No, I think he might have even said a decade. And I go, so wait a minute. This is the first haircut of your big league career? Did the old look away? Yeah, I guess so. First haircut ever for Dinelson Lamet as a big leaguer.
That's really funny.
So I went into Baseball Reference to find out how many players had ever got their first haircut. No, I didn't. But maybe tonight, if you follow us on Twitter,
like,
we'll talk
ready to
about
leave.
it.
I'm like, get me
At
out of here.
DNVR _Rockies, we'll pick up that conversation. At Patrick T. Lyons is where I'm going to be talking about haircuts on Twitter.
You can find me at the Susie Hunter, not just on Twitter, but on every dang platform.
This has been bonkers, as it always is. But you know what they say about bonkers podcasts.
Patrick, what did they say?
It's only as good as your next bonkers show. So we will talk to you on Wednesday post game, maybe with a little green screen action on those Cincinnati Reds right here on the DNVR Sports Channel, live on YouTube.